The cause of being missed is a delicate mix of presence and absence, of creating moments that linger in the mind and heart long after you've gone. It's not about games or manipulation, but about fostering a genuine connection that resonates even in your absence. Here are some subtle, psychologically informed ways to make your crush yearn for your presence, each touched with the gentle magic of romance. 1. The fragrance of memory. Our sense of smell is intimately linked with memory and emotion, a phenomenon known as olfactory memory. Choose a signature scent that's uniquely you, perhaps a blend of essential oils or a rare perfume. Wear it consistently when you're around your crush, but never mention it. The scent should become subconsciously associated with your presence. Then, on occasions when you're apart, find subtle ways to leave traces of this scent in places they might encounter. A scarf left behind, perhaps, or a letter sealed with scented wax. This creates powerful, involuntary reminders of you, triggering a longing they might not even fully understand. 2. Shared sonder moments. Sonder is the realization that each passerby has a life as vivid and complex as your own. Create shared sonder moments with your crush by people watching together. Sit in a cafe or park and imagine the lives of those around you, weaving stories and possibilities. This shared imaginative experience creates a unique bond and a private world between you two. When you're apart, they'll find themselves people watching alone, imagining what stories you might spin about the strangers passing by, missing the magic of your shared narrative creation. Additionally, create temporal landmarks. These are moments that stand out in our memory and shape our perception of time. Create these with your crush by celebrating obscure, personalized holidays together. It could be anything from the day we first argued about pineapple on pizza to annual cloud watching championship. These shared, unique temporal landmarks create a private calendar between you two. When these days come around in your absence, they'll be acutely aware of missing your presence and the special way you mark these moments together. 3. The unfinished symphony. Our brains have a strong drive to seek closure, a phenomenon known as the Zeigarnik effect. Use this by creating unfinished moments in your interactions. Start telling a fascinating story, but get interrupted before you can finish. Begin a playful debate, but run out of time to conclude it. These unresolved threads will linger in their mind, causing them to repeatedly think of you as their brain seeks resolution. The key is to make these moments feel natural and unintentional, leaving them eager for your next encounter to tie up these loose ends. 4. Aesthetic resonance. We often underestimate the power of visual harmony in creating emotional connections. Cultivate a unique aesthetic that becomes synonymous with your presence. This isn't about changing your style entirely, but about curating certain visual elements that become distinctly you in their eyes. Perhaps it's a particular color combination in your outfits, a specific style of accessory, or even a characteristic way you arrange objects around you. The key is consistency with subtle variations. When you're together, these visual cues become background notes in the symphony of your interactions. But in your absence, these aesthetic touchpoints will jump out at them in everyday life. A stranger wearing a similar color combination might suddenly remind them of you. The way light falls on an object might echo how you habitually arrange things, triggering a cascade of memories. To deepen this connection, occasionally gift them items that fit this aesthetic. A book with a cover in your colors, a mug that matches your preferred style. These objects become tactile reminders of your presence, seamlessly integrated into their daily life. Over time, you're not just a person they miss, but a whole sensory experience, a unique blend of colors, shapes, and styles that they encounter in fragments throughout their day, each one a bittersweet reminder of your absence. This approach taps into the psychological principle of associative memory, creating a web of visual cues that consistently bring you to mind. It's a subtle, non-intrusive way of weaving yourself into the fabric of their perceptual world, ensuring that even when you're not physically present, echoes of you resonate through their daily experiences. 5. Sensory storytelling. Engage your crush's imagination through the art of sensory storytelling. This technique involves crafting vivid, multi-sensory narratives about future experiences you'd like to share. The key is to paint these potential adventures in rich, sensory detail, engaging all 5 senses in your descriptions. For instance, you might describe a hypothetical trip to a distant city, detailing the aroma of street food wafting through narrow alleys, the feeling of cool mist from a fountain on a hot day, the sight of sunset reflecting off ancient architecture, the taste of a local delicacy you try together, and the sound of unfamiliar music drifting from a hidden courtyard. These aren't concrete plans, but shared daydreams. The goal is to create a repertoire of imagined experiences that exist vividly in both your minds. When you're apart, these sensory-rich stories will play in their imagination, blurring the line between memory and anticipation. They'll find themselves daydreaming about these potential adventures, missing not just you, but the exciting future possibilities you represent. 6. The palette of absence. Engage in chromatic storytelling by associating specific colors with shared experiences or inside jokes between you two. Perhaps blue becomes the color of your first deep conversation, or orange the shade of a sunset you watch together. Subtly weave these colors into your interactions, through your clothing choices or gifts. When you're apart, these colors in their everyday environment will become poignant reminders of you and the moments you've shared, painting their world with hints of your presence, even in your absence. 7. Linguistic time capsules. Words have the power to transport us across time and space. Create linguistic time capsules by coining unique phrases or expressions that encapsulate shared moments or inside jokes. These could be playful mispronunciations, portmanteau words blending your names, or quirky phrases that only make sense in the context of your shared experiences. Pepper these into your conversations. When you're not around, they'll find these phrases popping into their head, each one a miniature time machine taking them back to moments with you and highlighting your absence in the present. 8. The art of curated absence. While it's natural to want to be constantly present, there's an art to curated absence. Occasionally and unpredictably, be slightly less available. This isn't about playing games, but about creating space for them to notice your absence. Perhaps you're engrossed in a new hobby or volunteering project. The key is to return with renewed energy and fascinating stories to share. This ebb and flow creates a dynamic where your presence is never taken for granted, and your absences become catalysts for them to realize how much they enjoy having you around. 9. Synesthetic associations. Synesthesia is a neurological trait where stimulation of one sensory or cognitive pathway leads to involuntary experiences in another. While true synesthesia is rare, you can create synesthetic-like associations. Pair specific songs with particular experiences you share. A piece of music becomes the soundtrack to a memorable evening, or a certain melody, the theme of an inside joke. When they hear these songs in your absence, it'll trigger a flood of memories and emotions tied to you, creating a symphony of longing. 10. The echo of laughter. Laughter is not just an expression of joy, it's a powerful bonding mechanism. Focus on creating moments of shared, genuine laughter. It could be through witty observations, playful teasing, or finding humor in life's absurdities. The key is to make this laughter unique to your dynamic, inside jokes that wouldn't be funny to anyone else, or a particular way you both dissolve into giggles. In your absence, they'll find themselves encountering situations that would typically spark that shared laughter, acutely feeling the lack of your presence in these moments of potential mirth. Being missed is not about manipulation or creating artificial longing. It's about building a connection so genuine, so uniquely tailored to the two of you, that your absence is felt keenly in the fabric of everyday life. It's about becoming a color in the palette of their world, a note in the symphony of their days. As you weave these threads of connection, remember that the goal isn't just to be missed, but to create a relationship rich in shared experiences, private languages, and mutual understanding. In doing so, you don't just make them miss you, you make your presence an invaluable, irreplaceable part of their life. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.